Welcome back to Jim's Jeeps. Today we're going to be taking a look at the stabilizer bar, the track links, and the track bar bushings on this 1989 YJ. In the previous video I already did the ball joints and that substantially improved drivability. And now we're going to take a look at the rest of the bushings. I'll show you how to inspect them and replace them. Thanks for joining us today. Okay, the first thing you want to do is jack up the vehicle, but put the jack stands right underneath the spring plates or on the axle tube itself, however you want to do it. But you want pressure on the vehicle as it would be sitting on the ground, and this does that. It won't allow the springs to hang down or anything like that. And that's important because when we replace the bushings, you don't want all that extra stress and torque on them when you would drop the vehicle if it wasn't that way, because you'd be twisting them, and it's just not good for the bushings. You want them kind of set the way the vehicle would ride, and this does that. So let's take a look underneath and see what we have here. Okay, you can see we're not going to replace this one, but just this is kind of what you're looking for. You see this cracked bushing right here on the stabilizer. That's going to get replaced soon, but not today. But that's the kind of the bushing wear you want to look for and see what your vehicle's doing. Chances are, if they're cracked like this, you will have excess play in the interior of the bushing. It's probably wallowed out a little bit and stuff like that. So let's continue our inspection here, see what else we can find. Alright, here's the passenger side link. You can see it's collapsed on the inside, and you see there's an angle there. That angle should not be there. On the outside where the nut is as well, you can see the cracks in the bushing. The upper one is even worse. Now let's see what the link bar itself is doing. Here too, we see some cracking and almost like a oozing of this one around the track bar itself, and so that's going to get replaced. Let's look at the driver's side over here. Same thing up behind here. You can see that bushing is cracked on the track bar itself, and then the driver's side link right here, same thing, cracking, and they need to be replaced. So let's go ahead and do that. It's a pretty simple job, and we'll take care of that next. Okay, you don't have to, but I'm going to pull the wheels since the vehicle's up on the jack stands anyway. It'll be easier to get at the links themselves. And so on my vehicle, that's a 19 or 3/4 inch socket, and we'll pull the wheel off. Okay, so now we have the wheel off. On the back here, there is a cotter pin and a nut. We're going to have to get those off next. And then on the bottom side there is another nut, and I'll post those socket sizes in the description on the video here. So let's get those off next. Alright, so now we got the nuts off. On the top one you'll find a cotter pin, at least on my 89 Wrangler. That may have changed over the years, I'm not sure. And a castellated nut. Looks like this right here. The bottom one is just a regular nut, comes off. On the inside one, there's a lot of stuff in the way. The steering linkage is in the way and so forth, but you can get in there. So now let's get that link out of there and see what the bushings actually look like inside. Let me bring you back to where we are here. I had to take the track bar out, which is in that bracket. We were going to replace those bushings anyway. That's that bracket just behind this track bar mount. And took those nuts out, or bolts out. They were 14 millimeter. And you can see this bushing is pretty much collapsed and squished out the sides here, so no doubt that was lending towards some rather not good driving. So let's get that off. I need to stick a little pry bar or screwdriver behind there, get that front bracket off, and we'll get the bushing out. To get the old bushing off, once you take the clamshell off the outside, you may have to cut it with a pair of snips. Chances are the old one will somewhat disintegrate on its own. Just work on it, and eventually you'll get it cut in half and you can take it off the bar. You don't necessarily have to take the whole bar off the vehicle. So both sides are off now, and like I mentioned, I did have to take the track bar off. Here's the other side of the track bar mounting point right here, and we're going to get to those bushings in a little bit. Now we're going to take the link off of this side and go ahead and start some reassembly. So I'll bring you back in just a second. Guys, here's the bushing. It's pretty well shot. This is the actual track bar to frame mounting bushing. It's super soft and spongy and cracked, and I split it here to get it off, but even inside, if you can see, it's like all worn out and everything like that. Definitely time to replace. And the link bushings, they're a little bit better, but again, these are kind of cracking as well, and you know, it's time for some new ones. So those polyurethane bushings I put in from Energy Suspension should last a long time. All right, guys, so got the link off. Had to fight with it a little bit. These bolts right here really don't have a head on one side, and that's the one with the castle nut on the top, on the track bar itself. Had to grab it with a pair of vice grips on the outside and try and spin the nut off the backside. It came off. It took a little while to do, but not a huge deal. On these bushings, you're going to see, find it, that the original ones, like an hourglass shape. If you look at the bore is an hourglass shape, or at least it's tapered to the middle. I'm trying to pull these out. So trying to pull these out, you can get a pair of pliers on the edge of them, and just kind of pull back and work it out. It'll eventually pop out. Let's see if I can do it here. Just kind of come to the other side and just keep working your way around, and it will eventually pull out just like that. You see, in the inside, these bushings actually weren't too bad, but on the outside, certainly they're cracking, and they're very, very kind of soft, and they're kind of spent, so we're going to replace them. When we get the new ones, I'll show you how we get those in. Okay, I have a Energy Suspension kit. These are polyurethane bushings. There's a part number for all 89YJ anyway. I believe that's the same for many different vehicles. But I have an 1 1/8" front stabilizer bar. So this bar I had to measure, and mine is an 1 1/8", and for whatever reason they do come in different sizes, and I'm not sure why that is, just different model years or whatever. Possibly different axles, I don't know, not sure. But so I have an 1 1/8" set up, and in the kit it comes with all new bearings, or bushings rather. And you can see these are the link bushings we're after. So let me open this up and see what we have here. Okay, I have one installed. You got to grease every place that touches metal. You want to put grease on it, and that's true of the internal cavity there, and then the external as well. That low spot in the middle, or the high spot on the metal, actually will hold some grease inside. You can see there's some grease on the side here. So how do you get these guys in there? Well, what I did was I put it in and I almost hammered it like a nail. I held it right on, held the link right on the tire here, and I used a dead blow hammer to just pound it in there, and that force should be enough to pop it right in the center. And then after that, you'll see it pretty much self-centers itself right there, so should be good to go. And one more to do here, and then the other side. Okay, and so assembly is reverse of removal. This link actually bends towards the front like this here, and it'll go back on the spring perch or spring plate at the bottom, and we're going to grease that up. And then the top one has this bolt, a special bolt that's got a tapered end on it, and this tapered end here will get fit into the track bar, but this surface up front here we'll grease that, and that'll ride inside the new bushing on the link. Kind of a crazy design. I wish instead of this little stupid nipple on the side here that they would actually put a bolt or a hex face on there somehow so that you can grab it, because these are a little bit of a challenge to get out. I had to fight with mine a little bit. I ended up grabbing it with a pair of vice grips, and that's why the edge here is clean now. Didn't really damage it at all, but it was a lot of fun to get out, let me put it to you that way. Alright, so let's get this reassembled, and we'll go over the torque values for the control links, and then we'll get on to the bushings on the main track bar itself. Okay, now the main link bar bushings have been installed here. They're greased. You can kind of see where it rubbed on the track bar before, so make sure it's reasonably aligned with that position as before. Now this one here goes into the steering box bracket just behind it, so it's a little bit of a different setup. They are both 14mm bolts, and they all get torqued down. All four of these bolts get torqued down to 30 foot-pounds. Okay, so links on the bottom and the top here are both 19, and they get torqued down to 45 foot-pounds. There's 45, and now we'll get the top. Probably. Alright guys, it's been a little bit of a pain in the rear end here with the track bar. To get the factory bushing out, there's actually a metal sleeve that fits inside this bore, and I guess it's how they made the rubber. It's almost like a one-piece thing, and it's pressed in there pretty good. Took me a little while. I used some various size sockets. I ended up using a 27mm Harbor Freight impact socket, which exactly fits this bore. And I pressed it out. I have a shop press. You could take it somewhere. They can punch out the old bushings for you. If you have a C-clamp style ball joint remover tool, you could possibly use that with a cup underneath as well. It doesn't take too much pressure to get it out. Mine was a little bit rusted in there, but it came out. And now I'm installing these two-part Moog bushings, and we'll go ahead and use a little bit of silicone spray on there. Tap this guy into place. Whoops, sideways here a little bit. And then what goes in after that is this metal sleeve. We'll spray a little bit more lube in the middle, press this guy in there. Just like that. Same for the other side. Now let's get it back on the vehicle. Okay, one last piece is installing the track bar. And we have that bolt started. Don't tighten it yet. And it bends around up above the pitman arm here. You can see it kind of goes up. And then it just drapes along the axle, and then goes into the bracket on the axle tube over here. To get that realigned, if your axle is moved a little bit or something like that, you're going to have to use a jack like I have here under the pumpkin and just kind of position it where it needs to be to get the other side in. And I started over here above, you know, the frame bracket, and then I put it on the axle tube. And just jacking it up a little bit, you'll see the height will change and the hole will tend to line up. You can get the bolt in there, and both of these bolts get torqued down to 75 foot-pounds, and they're 21 millimeter. Okay, on the passenger side here, we have the bushing installed in the track arm, and the track arm is back on the axle tube bracket there, torqued down to 75 foot-pounds. I was wrong, the head of that bolt is actually 18 millimeter, the nut on the back is 19. And on the other side, and so on the driver's side, it takes a T55 Torx bit, and the bolt is a 21 millimeter bolt. And that's that guy right up there. So as always, thanks for joining Jim's Jeeps today. If this has helped you out at all, please consider liking and subscribing, and we'll see you on the next video.